Thanks for joining us. I'm Paula Ebben with the WBZ News Update. Our top stories. A house fire in Worcester has claimed the lives of 2 people. Crews came to this multifamily home on Hancock Street about 11:30 last night, and people were trapped. The fire was spreading on the first floor. That's where firefighters found 2 people. They both died later at the hospital. 2 firefighters were also taken to the hospital for evaluation. 4 other adults and 3 children who lived in the building are okay, but they'll need a new place to stay now. The cause of the fire is under investigation. The bomb squad investigating this report about a suspicious package. This is near 75 State Street in downtown Boston. From Sky Eye, you can see emergency crews in the area and many people standing, waiting on the street. Today, residents and small business owners impacted by the floods in September in Leominster have the chance to learn more about how to get disaster aid. Representatives from FEMA and the Small Business Administration are at Leominster City Hall until tonight at 7 o'clock. They will help people apply for individual assistance and be there to answer questions. But FEMA has denied an appeal for funds to help the city repair its infrastructure. The mayor calls that decision devastating, adding that the city sustained at least $30 million in damage. More rain in the forecast, but how long will it stick around? Let's get a check of the next weather forecast with meteorologist Jason Mikell.
Well, Paula, we're putting on our best again on this Wednesday afternoon. We're already beginning to see this afternoon some of those big heaping clouds. I like to call them cotton ball clouds, now beginning to move back in. This is the first sign that the weather system is going to be changing up for us within the next 24 hours. For the rest of the afternoon, we're just going to be coasting in the mid to low 70s for some areas in the east, but also mid to upper 70s, almost near 80 degrees in points north and also west. Certainly once you get into interior New England. Again, appreciable rainfall is going to be in the forecast overnight tonight. The best chance arriving around the 4, perhaps even 5 a.m. tomorrow morning through about mid to late morning. Once we get to about the noon hour, we'll start to see some of the clouds begin to thin, but also that push of drier air is going to take a lot of those clouds out with it and also allow us to get more sunshine back in by the end of our Thursday. Glorious weather lies ahead for us on Friday heading into the start of the weekend. And again, our temperatures again responding because of this earlier morning cold front. That also brought in a lot of drier air to the mix. So we have even 60s and 70s outside, giving way to some of the 50s later on this evening. Lighter winds along the South Shore again on this Thursday afternoon, but also breezy winds in and around the area, certainly out towards Nantucket, about a 15-mile-per-hour sustained winds. 72 here in the city. How about this? 69 in Lawrence, 73 in Fitchburg, 69 in Worcester, 74 in Norwood, and low 70s out towards Hyannis and also Chatham. Overnight tonight, periodic heavy rain. That is going to be the next big thing in our forecast. Risk of downpours, thunder, lightning, perhaps even some gusty winds as well. And certainly this has not been something out of the norm for the month of May. We've already received a surplus of rain when you look at the totality of the month. And because of this past week, the past 7-8 days, we've also had a warmer than average temperature, up to about 15 degrees warmer this past Wednesday. Now let's jump into the forecast as far as rainfall is concerned and show you exactly where sort of that appreciable rain is going to be moving on in. I think this is likely to be the fan of the heaviest rain, roughly around 3/4 up to an inch, and maybe some isolated amounts getting above an inch. But again, it all depends on where the clusters of rain is likely going to fall and where, as we say in the weather world, where it trains over a period for an extended period of time. But I think, again, the South Shore of the Cape and even the islands likely be some of the flooding concerns, certainly on some of those secondary roadways where poor drainage is an issue. Once we get into the overnight, here we go. 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m., even through about late morning into the early afternoon, we're still going to have about a 60 to 70, perhaps even up to 90% chance of some moderate to heavy rain. The rest of the evening, increasing cloud cover. There's that lobe of energy arriving here, and as it moves on through, it's likely going to cause a little bit of issues, certainly for the Boston Metro around 6 a.m., just as a lot of people are going to get on the Mass Pike, head into the city, or perhaps even north of the city, depending on where you're going to work. 9 a.m. still got a good dousing of rain moving on in, and because we'll be on the backside of the low, we'll pull a lot of that drier air and also clearing skies in with it, but also our northerly breeze, which is a cooler breeze for us. So we're going to be noticeably cooler heading into the end of the week. Friday, doesn't this look great? Low 70s in the daytime, likely going to be in the upper 60s along the shoreline areas because of the cooler conditions and that sea breeze. Saturday and Sunday will be in the upper 70s to low 80s, and Monday and Tuesday look just amazing as well. Highs will likely be in the low 80s and overnight lows 50s and 60s. Paula?
All right, Jason, thanks. I'm Paula Ebben. This has been a WBZ News Update.